Here's my ATS 60. I bought this some time ago, and apart from an initial video on it, giving you a brief look at it and actually a look inside the radio, I haven't done much with it, so I thought I'd remedy that. And we're going to tune around the bands, tune around a couple of bands anyway with it. It's connected up to my Bonito Bonnie Whip active antenna. And we'll have a look at how reception is with it on the HF bands. And then I'll show you the menu system, and we'll look at some of the problems in actually operating this little receiver. So we're going to start off, we're on 80 meters. So let's have a little listen to how it sounds. We've got a German station here on 80. Signal meter, I don't know what that's supposed to represent, that number. I think it is a signal meter, but you can see it reads sort of in the 40s there. Reception on SSB doesn't seem too bad with this little radio. The Bonito Bonnie Whip is quite good on the lower frequencies, and it's late evening in the UK. It's just before 2100 UTC, so it's hours of darkness at the moment.
It's over now, and don't worry, because dziewiątka niekiedy tak zatrapię tą dziewiątkę, ale odbieram. Także tu Florian z tej strony i on.
You see the display tells us which band we're in. You can see the 80 meters symbol in the top right. The S meter reading seems pretty meaningless from what I can see at any rate. Right, let's switch bands. Go to the 49 meter band. Accidentally switching modes there as well. Didn't really want to do that when in USB, but just goes to show that the sideband reception's okay. Go back into AM mode if we can. See how fiddly this is actually. USB, we've got AM, there we are. So 49 meter band is just coming up as SW2S shortwave band 2.
Cela va certainement améliorer la communication.
Скажем вам все секреты китайской кухни.
Привет всем. Это кухня как мы известны. Кстати, сейчас.
Switching bandwidth. Got my suspicions about the sort of genuine specifications of those bandwidths, because when we switched to 1 kilohertz it was still discernible in AM, which doesn't seem right to me. Go to 40 meters. Okay, just checking the bandwidth because it seems to change with each band. So we can go up to 6 kilohertz bandwidth. And that's my mobile phone, unfortunately, there in the background. Right, we're tuning up through the band. Change the tuning steps. You can see the selection of steps we've got there. Let's go to 5 kilohertz. It's a bit easier. And we're going to find out here that we're actually in the amateur band segment, because see how it switches over at the tops out of 7.3. If we go up to the next band, that's the one that's actually going to give us the SW3 is actually going to give us the full 41 meter broadcast band coverage. Reception seems reasonable. Let's see, we can tune further up the band now. and it just indicates SW3 rather than 41 meters. We were on, of course, 40 meters previously, and that it seems to just indicate the amateur bands in the display as far as I can see. 41 meters, probably this time of evening, about the busiest band that, from my experience anyway, in the UK on shortwave. So you're back through the bands again. Let's go to medium wave. We'll check the step, and it's set at 9, so that's okay for medium wave, just right. Go down initially. That's Radio Caroline in the UK. Slightly weak, but it's there. Go right down. See, it wraps around, so we've got no long wave on this as well. It's worth bearing in mind. There is no long wave band. Not that I could find, although it is marked on the radio again. So after I do this, I'll go back into the menu and see if I can find a way of getting on the long wave. Got all the usual stations we'd expect to pick up at this time of evening in the UK, given the antenna we're using. It's Absolute Radio on 1215, probably the strongest on medium wave at this time of night. So the medium wave band sounds quite lively on this radio. It's picking up a bit of interference from somewhere. Possibly I've got my PC on next to it, so that could be the issue there. It's a weak Dutch pirate there. I just noticed there that we've switched to MW1. So whether MW1 will dial down into the long wave band, I'll check that. I just want to show you the FM capabilities. There's the VHF broadcast FM. You'll see that the radio is labelled FM RDS. And we'll find a strong signal in a moment. Got to be careful, obviously, due to the copyright hits that we'll get with music. So we'll dial down the band a bit and see if we can find BBC Radio 4, which is a good signal anyway on FM, which is a talk station. And here we are, just coming down towards it now. You see, it's a stereo signal. It's reading 33 on the S meter, whatever that means. But there's no RDS. I've tried this with some really strong stations. I've tried this radio on good locations, VHF locations. And whatever I do, there's no RDS on receive. So that's a little bit of mislabeling on the radio. I'm sure a sketch could be written for one of these if you had the capabilities to enable RDS. But as it comes from the supplier, or from the manufacturer, there's no RDS. Just dialing through the menu here. Soft mute setting, but there's no way of bringing RDS in on this. We can seek up and down, adjust the volume as we could on the HF bands. So that's another oddity about this one. Although it says it's got RDS capabilities, in actual fact, it hasn't.